what happened to the green color if everybody likes the blue?
You take the negatives and you turn them into positives.
Absolutely. There is a division of life. No everybody's gonna like the same things. It's like food. I say to you, eat this cake, it's amazing and it's beautiful. But guess what? Your mouth gonna say different to you. Your taste is gonna say, right, I don't feel the same. Imagine if we all like the same thing, no matter how good you do. Some people are so jealous and they criticize you because they feel already negative inside themselves and they think, because I cannot have you too. Nosso vídeo hoje vai ser um vídeo super inusitado. Aconteceu que eu saí para gravar para falar 5 hábitos dos ingleses. De repente, eu estou fazendo meu vídeo e apareceu um repórter da BBC e quis me entrevistar perguntando qual que era o assunto do meu vídeo. E de repente a gente se conheceu, sentou, conversou, fiz a entrevista, mostrei para ele os 5 hábitos dos ingleses que me surpreenderam ao chegar na Inglaterra. E espero que vocês gostem. Para quem não me conhece, meu nome é Luazerola, moro em Londres, mas é 30 anos que eu vivo na Inglaterra. Já começa a se inscrever no canal, dá um like e compartilha se você achar que é relevante. Então, logo mais está o nosso vídeo aí com vocês. Right.
If someone nicks it, I'll run after. We'll see which of us is faster.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
So, you went. Get my glasses on. You're down here at the river.
I live close by.
Close by.
Yeah.
You're taking a break from work. I heard you say to that gentleman.
That's it. You're here a lot. Yeah.
And tell me what you got up to do today. You got up today, you woke up and you're like, okay, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah, this morning I was planning to actually start my new video, which every Tuesday and Friday I upload a video on YouTube. So because I live close to the river, it gives me the kind of like open mind of whatever my plan. I don't plan every day because again I have to work and make my own living. In that sense, YouTube for me it started as a hobby. Now, as I manage to monetize, I think I'm gonna be full on it.
Right. So you said a lot of things there. So you're a YouTuber.
I'm a YouTuber, yes.
And you're going to make a video today on what?
I'm going to talk about you English guys. I'm going to be gossiping about 5 habits that English people have. I'm Brazilian. I was born in Brazil, but I live in England for 30 years. And I just literally moved to London. So then today I'm going to tell my followers in Brazil the habits that I managed to be shocked at first as a Brazilian in England. And then I said, right, I'm going to do a video today to talk about the good habits that they have. Which is only 5 that actually
only
got
5?
me.
We've only got 5 good habits.
Well, for today. For today.
Okay, so we need to know these habits.
Yeah, well, this is the ones that kind of like put me in a surprise mode as Brazilian, because we don't have this. First of all, is like the English, they are so well educated. No matter what, happy, angry, right or wrong, they comes to a sorry. Sorry. Everything is a sorry. No matter if you're right, you actually step on my toes, you say sorry. But if I punch your face, you still say sorry.
It's true, we do say sorry a lot.
Yeah. Then comes another thing. It's a little bit of a dispute. Who makes the best cup of tea?
Oh.
Does the cup of tea start with the milk first or the tea first? So because I lived in Yorkshire for 17 years, I'd say, I learned from the Yorkshire people that they make the best tea. And then now
That's what they say.
Exactly, that's what they say. But you know what? I agree with them because I live there and I know the Yorkshire people. They are lovely. They are the best people in the world.
You've moved from Yorkshire down, just before we go into the others, you've moved from Yorkshire down to here. What's the difference?
A huge difference. A huge difference. Yorkshire, we have the culture we get involved with English people more often, as London is a multicultural city, and in that sense, it makes a little bit of a learning curve. You learn through different people, but on the other side, as you come here to England, it's like you will lose a little bit of English in London. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'd like to ask you about the 5 things about Yorkshire people, but we'll save that for another day.
Oh, we do.
So listen, you've told me about the tea, and you've told me about the saying sorry. What's next?
The next, Jesus, now you put me on the spot. I have 5 in my mind and then now I forgot. I'm looking at an Englishman right here in front of me. I kind of feel a bit of it. So the other one, as when I arrived here 30 years ago, the shock for me was like having to share a bath together in the family. Obviously, 1994 I arrived. And because I lived with my ex-mother-in-law, it was a shock for me having to...
You talk about sharing the bath water?
Yes.
So someone has a bath, they get out, the next person gets into
yeah.
the same water.
I made sure I was always the first. When I realised I had to share the bath, I said, hang on, no, let me clever here.
So you don't share bath water in Brazil?
No, Brazil, we don't even have bath because it's a hot country. It's a very tropical weather there. So, but then I've been told it was just a saving water because of this World War, whatever. I don't know, obviously, but I had the experience myself, which I didn't like it. But again, like I said, I jump in the bath before anybody else.
So, what's wrong with sharing bath water?
I think it's a bit dirty, isn't it? I like the dirty, but not that way. I like a bit dirty, but sorry, that way, no. You get a bit, men has hairy and, it can be a bit awkward. But anyhow, it's like, I respect, because that's why maybe after sharing bath, that's why maybe made me stay here for 30 years. Who knows?
Right, number 4.
Oh, it's still on number 4, let me think. All right, number 4. Number 4, the habit was, I only tell by experience that I've lived, which was my family, like I said. Even sharing an egg, a bit awkward, isn't it? Yorkshire people, they boil one egg and they cut in half for you, half for me. I said, what the hell is going on in here?
Were they short of eggs?
Probably. The chicken in Brazil or the chicken in Yorkshire didn't really put many eggs. That's what happened.
I've never heard that before.
Honestly, it's true. I lived in the countryside, so don't forget. A long time ago, life was difficult.
I've lived with a bloke.
Oh, why they go so high though?
That was someone on a scooter.
It's not
whizzing past really fast.
So
Yeah, I've lived with someone from Yorkshire, but I never had to share his egg.
Where did you live? In the countryside?
No, just here in London.
Ah, that's why. Go back there and see how it goes.
Ah, so it's a countryside thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything further because there'll be people listening from Yorkshire.
Well, I'm sorry, and excuse, as you say, sorry all the time. That's my experience.
You've become more English.
A Brazilian Yorkshire have lots to talk about you guys. I'm sorry, but I love you anyway.
And is there a 5th one that you can think of?
The fifth one, yeah.
I mean, each one has surprised me.
Yeah, do you know, my boyfriend at the
half
time...
eggs, the sharing of the bath, I would never have thought of that.
No, another thing I didn't like as well, which was surprising me a lot, was about carry on about bath and showers through the showers. People don't have a shower every day in Yorkshire. I don't know about London because I haven't actually had no experience with an English person here, a relationship, a situationship. So, but there, I used to grab my boyfriend to throw him to have a bath or a shower. And even though I expected him to be showering himself, he had these little towers, and then he was just warming the towel through the tap and cleaning up himself instead of actually going inside the literally shower or bath. So it was just bits cleaning up. That's another thing I thought.
That surprises me too.
Yeah. But like I said, it's a lot. But again, just I chosen 5, which extremely got me. But let's see how the change is going to be from now on, as I'm in London.
Now you're a Londoner. Now the thing I reckon about London is, and I say this to people who come and visit me from other places, is from the first day you're a Londoner, because nobody knows.
Yeah, you don't feel.
You can just walk out and nobody knows you're not from London because it's so multicultural.
Yeah.
So it's very welcoming in that way, I think.
It is, and this is where it shocked me a little, because it's a completely different lifestyle. You don't feel literally you are around English people, because I'm not being awkward in saying that is a multicultural city.
Because you're part of the
because I'm a foreigner myself.
Yeah, part of the multiculturalism itself.
But I'm saying is on the outskirts of London, on the other towns, you feel more the culture of being in England. Don't know.
Isn't that the same in Brazil? Is Brazil multicultural that way?
It is, but you.
Like if you go to the cities, there's people from other Latin American countries, and
it is, but the Brazilian, we are over 200,000 people. No, 200 million people in the whole country. Maybe 300. I don't know exactly the figure, but I say you don't feel that you're out of Brazil. In London, you feel that you're out of England. Do you understand?
I mean, they say that capital cities are never a country. Capital cities are almost like a separate country within a country. Like
No.
if you go to Paris or Lagos or Buenos Aires, it's not the same as the rest of the country, is
Well, if you go to America, wherever you go in America, you feel American.
Mm.
What I'm trying to explain to you is like London is a city as you don't feel you are in the UK. Are you with me? You don't feel the fully English culture, because I know it's nice, it's so many, and I love the fact of learning different cultures, learning different language, learning how to appreciate food from different cultures, which is nice. What I'm saying is being here in London now for me was a little shock, because I come from the countryside of England, and that I felt living the full English community, the roots of England.
When you speak to English people about your feelings and about what you've picked up and your observations, do you surprise them, or do they go, yeah, I know what you mean?
Yeah, they agree. They fully agree. Even English people normally, they work here, but they don't want to fully live here, do they? Mainly the people that I know, they live outskirts as well, because it's not a bad thing. What I'm saying is nice. It's both ways. Are you with me? One moment you feel you're left out, not knowing who you are around all these differences, but on the other hand, it's good because you're learning. If you want to learn, you learn a lot of things. I don't know if it makes sense for you.
Yeah. You mentioned that you're making this video and you're going to put these 5 things on it.
Yeah.
Who's that video for?
For the Brazilian, Latin, Portuguese speakers, like Portugal, Mozambique. I have a lot of people from Angola to follow me. And they wanted to see how life is in the UK. And it's literally what I'm saying is in a nice, funny way. It's not malicious.
Oh, for sure.
It's just like people laugh when I talk, because again, when I say things in my language, it sounds completely, people think, oh my God, you should be a comedian. But it's how I say things, and been here a long time. It kind of put my mind in a difficult situation. Even my language, I was forgetting some words, and I stuttering a lot. And I feel like, how come? I don't speak English and neither Portuguese. What I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do?
Because the way you speak is a mixture.
It's a mixture.
It's a mixture of an English
Yorkshire
accent, Yorkshire,
yeah,
and a bit of something else, which I
Portuguese.
which I wouldn't be able to recognise. So the people who watch your video could be in different Portuguese speaking countries, Angola, Mozambique, Brazil, or Portugal.
That's right.
And do they react to your videos? Do they ask you questions about them, or you just put it out there and go, have a look at this?
Here, there you go. No, they do. I kind of I project the video. I kind of make a little business plan in a sense of what I'm gonna put out there for them through the comments that they leave behind, and they follow me on Instagram, which they also ask me, can you do this? How they behave? Can you tell me more about Englishmen? You know, especially being a woman, I get a lot of attraction of women who follow me to understand if there is a chance to find an English boyfriend. And I try to make them aware what it comes up, just in case if they wanted to carry on looking for Englishman as a boyfriend.
And what's your advice?
I say go for it. You are the easiest relationship in the world for me.
Oh, what? Us Englishmen are easy
I
for...
think, yeah, you can cook, you can clean, and this is more what women like. They wanted to find a man who can do all sorts of things and pay the bills, look after the babies, and that's, I think, is amazing. Brazilian men don't do half of what you can do for us.
Really?
Yeah, they're very lazy. We have to do everything. We have to clean house, washing. And I'm sick of cleaning up, and especially washing underpants for men. No chance. They have to clean my underpants. If they like my knickers, they can clean my knickers.
So you're saying in Brazil, women have to do more of their kind of daily...
Proper
stuff?
housewife.
Do you know what, though? A lot of English women who would be listening to this would go, well, I'm not sure about that, because I don't think Englishmen are that good.
They are, because I can tell by my brother-in-law and my ex-husband. They used to do everything. That's why I brought my sister here. I said, you know what, the best man to marry is Englishman. They can cook, they can clean, do all sorts, and even look after the baby when we're sleeping through the night. I said, they're amazing, come here. So she came, got married to an Englishman. Sadly, he passed away last year.
Oh, I'm so
but
sorry.
But that's how it is. Experiences, isn't it?
Is it mostly women who watch your YouTube videos, or do you do it for men too?
I do for men. I do for men. I do for whoever likes to watch. Sometimes I do a specific for guys, which they like cars. Guys in Brazil, they love cars. Then I take them to go to the garages and see how now nice sporty cars, Range Rovers. I go to those rallies. I do most of everything on my YouTube. I want the world to see everything.
That's brilliant. So every day?
No, every day. No, not every day, because YouTube is not paying me yet. But most of every day, twice a week, I do lots of contents and I upload.
What about the editing process of thinking, right, that's good, that's not good? Because it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one to go, I'm happy with that, or I'm not quite happy with that.
Do you know what? I think more natural you edit is what people wanted to see. It used to be very professional editing. People was looking, but now I think people wanting to see the reality, what is actually going on in the world, and from a person who lives that moment, instead of just putting out there what they wanted to see, what they wanted, because then it sounds a bit fake. I'd rather give them what I'm going through myself than pretending to be what I'm not, because it can't go for long. It's too tiring to pretend. I'd rather be real.
But sometimes probably you don't want to give so much of yourself because everyone needs a bit of their own self for themselves.
Well,
if you see what I mean.
depends. You hide your privacies in the sense of where you live. You hide the reality of many things. Again, you're not going to tell your bank account how much money you have or how much you earn. You're not going to open to the public exactly so many privacies that you carry on every day. But my reality is, for example, now we meet up here and we're talking freely and open, and that's me. I'd rather be me than what I'm saying is putting a video out there which is not me and pretending to be in these fancy restaurants buying expensive, extravagant clothing that I cannot afford.
Now, something that friends of mine who've gone to Brazil tell me is that Brazilians wear their heart on their sleeve, and it's kind of surprising to us as Europeans when you go to Brazil, because people will tell you very intimate details, and they'll tell you things just when you're queuing for a bus or when you're on public, in a restaurant or something, and they say it's incredible how emotional Brazilian people are. Yeah,
we take everyone to the heart, really. We're very, I say English guys, English people, the families here, they're very accommodating. Look at you accommodating the whole world into a beautiful city, which is London. But again, the heart is there. You can only open up to whoever you feel secure and safe around with. You're not going to be knocking on someone there. You're not going to see someone and you start, hey, I need a hand here to talk. I need someone to cry out with me. No, but you have that feeling. It's a gut instinct, isn't it?
And is it different here to Brazil? I mean, you come from Brazil to here. Do you feel that people here are very not like Brazilians?
I think the Brazilian community here are very well accepted. I think everyone gets.
I was thinking more. I was thinking more in how we open ourselves up or not open ourselves up compared to where you come from.
No, I don't think you open up easy. You mean like the English people?
Yeah.
I think the English people are very discreet and very close to themselves in the sense of not being so open instantly. It takes time for you to, you're a bit, how do I say, unsure at first, but slowly when you feel safe around that person, I'm sure you slowly open. But men in particular, it's not easy to be open, to be telling what their feelings are. I mean, every day you don't really open up so easily, do you? As we do.
When you say as we do you mean as we do as women or as we do in Brazil?
As we Brazilian. I don't know if it makes sense how I'm trying to explain to you.
No, absolutely does. It absolutely does. And do you see that as a positive thing, being more open with your feelings?
No, I think you should be more discreet. I think we are too much over the top. I think we kind of put in a scenario of, how do we say, we kind of like, we open so easy that makes people scared. You actually...
Even in Brazil?
No, in Brazil it's different. In Brazil everyone knows each other. It's like the moment you say hello, they're already in your house eating your food and sleeping with your wife. It's like so easy in Brazil. And then honestly, it's like...
But why is it like that in Brazil? How come you're so open and so emotional and so trusting?
We learn from the Portuguese people. We learned from the Portuguese, when they went to Brazil, started stealing money from us. So we started to say, right, let's be like them. We opened the doors for the Portuguese, and guess what? They start stealing everything, the gold, the money. So made Brazilian more open as well. That's why we are very friendly. Oh, sorry, but it's true.
So we're sitting by the river. It's a beautiful day. This is the River Thames. We've got the skyline of London in front of us. We're sitting under the shade of a tree. Is this giving you inspiration? do you come to this part of the riverfront for a break, or do you come here for inspiration? What does this place mean to you?
Do you know, now I'm going to open my heart to you. I had a very tough time last year, lots of downers, and as I moved here 4 months ago, I always say, God, He put me in such a beautiful scenario. So it's like when I open my eyes every morning, especially because I live by the river and I go to my balcony and I see the whole London in my hands, the beautiful river, the boats passing by, and I feel what a grateful life that I have to be every morning to say, God has given me a chance again to be me and happy again. So then I go out happy, meet people walking on this beautiful river here. I meet a lot of, every day I meet someone different, and we all have sadness inside of us, and we carry a lot of pressure through the day, especially London being such an expensive city. Some days you think, I have to work harder to put the food in my table. And then going here, walking around here, see the dogs, see the animals, see the birds, hear the birds. It makes a huge difference. And how can you not be happy?
It's interesting you say that we all carry a lot of sadness inside us.
We do. We all do. Sometimes we disclose, sometimes we don't. And but we don't have to live life thinking that the carry-on sadness is going to put us down, because we have to be a fighter. We have to carry on and make a difference, not being at home waiting for a miracle to happen. If we're not out there, if you're not changing your circumstances, if you're not trying harder, guess what? It's not going to happen. And this is it. I try every day. Some days I feel, especially now being on my pre-menopause, it's like, it's the hardest. I said to my mom, you never told me that I have to go through this.
Now, listen, all of the women I know who have had to go through what you're going through are always surprised, and they say exactly the same thing. It's like, nobody told me.
Yes, honestly, the difficult moments, you swing moods from, and thank God I'm single, because if I were married, I'd kick my husband out straight away. Some days I feel like, do you know, one day I woke up in the morning and I was feeling like I was pulling my own hair, thinking, what is going on with me? That's not me. I've been always bubbly, happy. And then I called my ex-sister-in-law. She's my best friend for 30 years, and she copes with me, and she knows me well. And I said, you know what, is it right? Is it normal that when we go through this pre-menopause, start pulling hairs and crying out, talking to the self in front of the mirror and thinking, feeling sorry for yourself? I said, enough, I'm not gonna allow this, because I think I was losing my mind. But then now I exercise, I go on the bike, I do lots of, YouTube for me, believe it or not, not saying just to say, it gave me a different perspective of life. I start meeting people all over the world. They don't even know me, what I like, what it's like, if I'm a nice person, if I'm not nice, it's changed completely. I started as an escape, and through the escape, now I'm going further, and I'm starting to see all the message that I receive is beautiful. You feel like, I feel loved by the person that don't even know me.
That's amazing.
It's true.
So it's kind of going back to what we were saying about being open with your emotions on YouTube. It's kind of the same thing, but to anyone, anywhere.
Yeah. To whoever wants, it's like we have to make a choice and decide what we want, because you don't have to expect someone out there to bring you happiness. The happiness have to come from you, is inside you, it comes within.
How about the thing, though, that we all have problems with in terms of social media, and that is the reaction. You put up a post, you make a comment, and you look to see if someone likes it or what their reaction is. Is that not a difficulty when you put up your videos? If you don't get enough people's reaction, if people don't like it, does that not bring you down?
No, it doesn't. Because if you're a fighter, you have to show there is a division of life. No, not everybody's gonna like the same things. It's like food. I say to you, eat this cake, is amazing and it's beautiful. But guess what? Your mouth gonna say different to you. Your taste is gonna say, right, I don't feel the same. Imagine if we all like the same thing. We say like, what happened to the green color if everybody likes the blue? So literally, there is people out there who's not gonna like, but hey, they make me better, because if they don't like next one, I'm gonna try and see if I can change their mind.
Right, so you take the negatives and you turn them into positives.
Absolutely. That's how I take, that's what I do. For me, criticism, it comes no matter how good you do. Some people are so jealous and they criticize you because they feel already negative inside themselves, and they think, because I cannot have you too. Do you understand? It's like people react. I think people react how they feeling in the moment. They're feeling bad to themselves because they're angry. They're gonna be spitting out the anger to all other people. I don't care if they like or not. What I do for what I like. I don't please people, I please myself.
You said you were a fighter. Have you always been a fighter since you were a little kid? Is it something you learned as you go through life?
I was always a fighter. Probably learned from my mom. My mom separated from my father very young. I remember perfect. I was 8 years old when my mom one day sat me and my two brothers on the path there and then she packed my dad's clothes in the suitcase, and this is still in my mind till now. And she said, you're gonna have to sit here and wait for your father to come home because he's leaving. So maybe I carried that little bit of a frustration not to have my father around me. But it made me strong, thinking, well, if my mom decided that my dad is not a good father to be around us, who am I to change her decision? And through there, I made my own decision to be happy myself instead of hurting other people, because she not realized she hurting the kids, because we also had the choice to have dad around, but because she made the choice, so probably I carry in my mind, I have to make my choice, and I'll be a fighter wherever I go. But as long as I don't hurt other people to be happy, I'm gonna fight it to make myself happy. But it's inevitable. You always make someone sad, or you always hurt someone. You can't just be the goody-goody all the time.
And your brothers, how did they react at that point?
My brothers also. My older brother, when he turned 17, 18, he rebelled, and then after, through relationship here, relationship there, we found out he then had a mental breakdown, and he was diagnosed with bipolar. And then, I don't know, and then now he's there taking care of my mom. So circumstances is everywhere, really. Situations change from family to family all the time.
And we're all individuals. You all, even as children, reacted in different ways to the same situation.
That's why I feel I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter in the sense of making better for me and my son every day. I separated from my ex-husband. My son was only 1.5 years. Imagine a Brazilian separating husband, blah, 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 kid, only 1.5, and I'm a fighter, I'm a survivor.
Did you stay in contact with your dad when your mum made that decision?
Yes. When I was 14, he then invited me to go work and teach me how to work. I was a tomboy with my dad because we had a shop. He had a shop selling car parts. So I knew how to change car tires, lots of things as a kid. So then from there, I never stopped working.
And your relationship with your dad and your relationship with your mum, are they both good?
My dad, we lost contact because when I met my boyfriend then, he said, if you go to live in a different country, you have to forget that you have a father. So then I said,
serious.
Yeah, he said, you have to choose to go follow a man, a love life, or if you leave this country, you're gonna have to forget I am your father. And since then, I have forgotten, but not. But then, forgot in a sense, not in contact. But I forgive him.
Why do you think he said that?
Because he probably is a protection. His daughter going different country, not knowing what is out there on the other part of the world. And now I understand. Then I didn't. I was very young. I was 19. But now I fully understand. Being a mother, I probably think if my son says, "Mom, I'm going to live in Australia," I'd feel the same. But not saying that if you go, I'm not gonna be your mom anymore. But yeah.
When he said that to you, what did you feel and how did you react?
Oh, I cried. I was crying. I cried so much, but then I reacted in a very bad way. I said, "Well, from now on, you're not my father anymore. Bye." That's how I reacted. But when I got home, I cried. But I came. I didn't stop. Maybe now he understands. Maybe now also, it's been 11 years since I went to Brazil. And to be honest, I tell you right now, it's quite sad. Sometimes it hurts me a lot. My father, he never seen his grandkids. He never seen my son. My son is 27-year-old boy, and he never seen him. It's quite sad. Let's move the subject and have a laugh.
Yeah.
Too much of a... no, let's change. Let's make a laugh. It's easier.
What are you going to do this week?
This week, well, weekend is finished now, isn't it? Well, this week is finished. Now is the weekend. I'm gonna be...
Got plans?
Huh?
You got plans for the weekend?
My plans, probably work, editing my videos. Yeah, not much. Just be around here is a holiday for me every day.
Oh, that's a lovely feeling.
Sometimes when I feel like I want to go holiday, I hop on the River Thames, on the, what they call?
The
Uber.
river taxis, on the boat.
Yeah, on the boat. And then go like tourists, go through, see all the areas there and make myself like pretending to be a tourist.
It sounds like every day you've got options. It doesn't sound like you're struggling, even though you say you haven't monetized the YouTube yet and you're in a new city. It sounds like you're, what we would say, pint half full.
Oh, nice. I wish it was a proper full. Half full, I take it, but I'm gonna make it fuller. I'm gonna make, how do we say when it goes, when it's actually...
Yeah, when it's overflowing.
Overflowing, that's what I want.
That's brilliant. That's a lovely approach to life.
Yeah. What is going on? Let me introduce you. What's going on in your mind after talking so much? Really?
Do you know what? I've loved just having our chat.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you so much for approaching me.
Because we met just over there, like 100 metres away, and I heard you talking to somebody else, and then I asked if we could sit down and have a chat.
I'm very easygoing. I can talk to anyone, you know. It's like I probably am very... I talk. If a person wants to say, to react to the conversation, good. If not, they're lost. I carry on talking to someone else. It don't take much to talk to someone and make a friend. It's not expectations, you know.
And also, interactions with strangers cheer you up. I find it cheers me up.
Me too. It's a learning curve. We learn every day. Look now. I opened up so many things from my privacy life to not knowing you, but it's easier to actually be myself and say. You ask questions, conversation go along, and then all of a sudden you realize you told them almost everything. But it's not something that hurts me. It's something that I look very proudly to say, well, I made it. And you know what? Because I made it till here, I'm going to carry on making it.
it kind of gives you confidence, doesn't
Absolutely, I'm very confident. I'm very confident. Not arrogant, but confident. But like I said, my priorities, myself, my life, my kids, my family, and my friends. As long as I am happy for them and cheer them up and make them feel good as I am. Don't get me wrong, like I said, some days we go down, some days we go up, and that's how life is. Like a heartbeat, isn't it? You cannot be fully happy every day, all the time. And I think that's what makes the difference. I talk a lot, huh?
It's great. Right, I'm going to pause there and just save that because I want to make sure we saved.
Right. So anyway, I hope I did well.
That was brilliant. Brilliant. That was fantastic. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's nice.
And we could talk. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, depends what. Oh, look, I did my video already. Don't need to go anywhere. I already said. E aí, gostaram de ver o meu inglês na prática? Querem mais vídeo assim? Então deixa no comentário. Até o próximo vídeo. Um beijo grande para todos.